just been pulling cards. I haven't pulled the last one. And I was watching this thing about a guy from Cuba visiting his relatives in Miami. He got to come to America. And they're showing him, you know, different things in America. Now you go to Cuba and there's nothing in the grocery stores. They may have one thing of meat, stand in lines forever. And so he comes here and he sees the grocery store with all this food, and now she's taking him to a theater, and he's just, you know, amazed. So I wanted to ask the cards what happened in Cuba. And you know, the cards are very concise. So what I got in the center of it, that it's broken, okay? When it comes to the things being juggled. Now, this could be their financial things. It could be their daily life and things that are ongoing, okay? Broken when it comes to their path forward, okay? Now, I can attest to that. I know somebody also that was from Cuba. They came over on an inner tube, and their family had land. They had, you know, they were prominent. And so when they took over in Cuba, they took the grandfather's, this was his grandfather's land, and the grandfather committed suicide because they took all their land, their property, everything there. So what I got, so coming into this, that it's a mistake with what they are doing in Cuba when they took over, when it comes to the financial things for the people, etc., and it's become very toxic. Now, I can't argue with any of that it's a very toxic system in Cuba. People do not have enough. I mean, they don't have any new cars. I think all the cars, everything they have there, are all from the 50s. And when they want to go to repair something or build something, they have to get permission from the government. And they don't have the supplies. They'll even look for, if they find an old nail that they find, it's like, you know, grab it and treasure it, because they just don't have the things there, and the system is so broken. So let's see the final card and see what it says about what happened in Cuba. The signs. It's about the signs that happened there. Let's see the foundation. Very difficult lessons, okay? Very difficult lessons when it came to the signs of what took place. Okay. And, you know, this could be democracy, okay? So they got rid of democracy, became communist, and yeah, this is just telling the tale. They got rid of democracy, communism took over. It's well, the foundation is the path was toxic, and so this is a very hard one, lesson of difficulty, because the system is broken. It was a mistake, and so they need to kind of look at the signs. They didn't look at the signs. because in the center of it now they're having to juggle all of this stuff when it comes to the ability to give to the people and versus democracy, okay, versus democracy. So yeah, very hard lesson, you know. And then you have people like this gentleman that came over from Cuba. He'll go back to Cuba and tell people the difference in democracy. He comes here and it's prosperous, you know, and all of the things that are here that they are lacking in Cuba with the system of communism that they have, that it's definitely broken, a broken path where everything's being juggled now going into it, a mistake, very toxic when it comes to what's being taken and given to the people. And it's not something that has sustained itself whatsoever. And the signs about democracy, what democracy is, and the difficult lesson now that he has learned, and that the message that he will go back to Cuba with. Yeah, you watch some of the documentaries about Cuba and what happened during the takeover with the people and how things have just gone downhill. And yeah, they have a dictator there. Is that what America wants? Is that what really MAGA wants? They want a dictator, okay? Do they really want a dictator like they had in Cuba with Castro, etc.? Is that really what they want? Now, Cuba used to be very, very, very prosperous in the 50s. It used to be very prosperous before they had, you know, the overtaking and had a dictator and went into the communist system. Now, if they think it would be different to have a dictator here, think again. Think again, okay? Because dictators are out for one person and one person only, the elite, okay? So, yeah, it's a very, I agree with the cards, it's a very broken system, very toxic, and they should look at the signs and maybe think about making some changes to their ability. Now they have, what I heard a while ago, that they finally were starting to open up where people could have a little bit of a type of a business, but it's very, very minimal what they're allowed to have in Cuba. And you can only, you know, have the same elements there of cars that are from the 50s breaking down, and buildings that are, you know, definitely falling out of repair before everything kind of collapses. And again, you look at the documentaries, there's no food in the grocery stores. Just to get your basics is almost impossible. So I'm going to leave that here. Let me know what you think. But, you know, MAGA people should think again when they say, oh, they want Trump as a dictator, okay? All he's done is what? Taken their money. He takes their money and uses it for himself, and then continues to try to rule them by fear, okay? Is that really what you want? Some guy that at the top that's going to take all your money, rule you by fear, keep you in a level of fear, and then you too can have that type of a broken, toxic system where everything dismantles and just goes right straight down the line. Now, I did see also that some of the ones in Texas want to secede. Good, secede. And then you know what you get from the government? Bupkis, okay? So secede, and you pay for all your own transport in, you pay for your own infrastructure, you pay for all your own things. You have nothing to do with the United States anymore. Secede, be brilliant like that. Or you could all just go to Russia or Cuba. Take your choice. You could go to Russia where you disagree with government, and you could go to a gulag with hard labor. Or you could go to Cuba where you have nothing. Take your choice. Okay? So I'm going to leave that here. What do you think? Thanks for tuning in.